Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Crystal, homeschooling mom of 3 girls ages 9 months, 4 years, and 7 years. And here on my channel, I share things mostly related to mom life, homeschooling, family life, and faith. Today, I'll be sharing a review of some curriculum that we used as our oldest daughter went into 1st grade. We homeschool mostly with classical conversations as a basis. It covers so much ground. It provides community, and the way that classical education style works through song and music works so well for our family. In addition to that though, we supplement with Masterbooks for our math, Bible, and for language arts. And in this video, I'm going to be doing a review of their Bible curriculum, More Than Words by Rebecca Spooner. This is the level 1, and I cannot say enough how much our family enjoyed and grew with this Bible curriculum. Let's go ahead and jump in, and I'll share all the things that we loved. The curriculum is basically broken down into 4-day lessons throughout the week, and you can choose how to use them that work best for your family. On the first lesson though, they always start out with a journal entry from another kid that is very relatable to children who are reading the journal. It shares a story of something that they went through and then something that they learned through that encounter or that experience. From that journal entry, then they go on to share a Bible passage that may relate to that. And then they break down different scriptures related to that Bible passage. Sometimes they'll have you go and actually break out the Bible where you have some reading time together in the Bible. They'll highlight that. And usually even then it will show you that portion within that page. In case you don't want to read a separate book, you can always read it right there as well. We did both. Sometimes we went to the Bible because I thought it was very important for her to see where these lessons were coming from. So we did break out the Bible for her to read from there, but it was nice having it right here in the curriculum as well. On that same first day though, they always introduce a key truth that simplifies the lesson that we're learning in the Bible for this week and breaks it down into simple terms for writing and for memory and for focus. And so on the first day, there's always a little bit of copy work of that key truth from the Bible passage that was introduced. On the second day, there is a little bit more copy work from another scripture that gives them a time for copy work. I love that this included copy work because at this 1st grade level, that is needed. Learning how to write well and every opportunity to have something to write is another time that they're getting to practice good writing skills. And so I really appreciated having that in her Bible curriculum. Not only that, but I have found for me personally that when I write things and I'm studying or learning, for me, it actually got it ingrained a little bit better because I'm writing it, and as I'm writing, I'm thinking about it. So I appreciated having that copy work throughout each lesson. On that second day, another part of their lesson would either be a picture study. I love the pictures that were included. And in the picture study, they will have you analyze the picture in different ways. What are the colors? What is it? What is the artist bringing out? What feeling is it engaging in you? And then they look closer and ask pointed questions to just take a closer look at what you see in that picture. I love the picture studies. Sometimes on those second days, they will also include a poetry reading or a hymn to study and break that down a little bit. And then they're teaching you through those poetry readings how the stanzas work, how poetry is broken up and what that means. So those features of the arts were included in this Bible curriculum, and we really enjoyed that. On the 3rd day, they will break out character study, and this was amazing for our family throughout this last year. On the character studies, they will take a scripture that you're learning in that week, and they break it down with synonyms and antonyms. So they will pick a word, in this case, cooperative, and they will explain what does it mean to be cooperative? Why do we value that? Why is that important? And then they have the child circle what are their favorite synonyms to that word or that character trait, and then what would be some antonyms. We loved that because it really helped our daughter process more of the meaning of these character traits and take a little bit more in-depth consideration to what they meant and how that applies in her life. And from those character studies, every week they have them create a flashcard. And so we love them. We bought stickers for these. She would draw on them different times. This is just a couple samplings of what she did from hers. And then we would use these flashcards and put them up on the fridge so that the whole family, not just her, but we could all see them. Every time we go to the fridge, we're being reminded of these awesome character traits. And so we loved this feature of the curriculum. It really made our refrigerator beautiful from all the cards that our daughter made, but it also helped keep our minds focused on the character trait that we're focusing on at this time. And so we loved that. That was day 3. There's always a new character trait. We also love that on day 3, there's usually a fun coloring page that has to do with the character trait that they're learning. So I am cooperative, I am adaptable, I am trustworthy. And then they're coloring a page as they meditate on the new character trait that has just been introduced that they learned. I thought that was awesome. Our daughter really loved these. And for us, it was actually a time of togetherness too. She loved doing these coloring pages together. And so there were a lot of times where I would color with her as we talked through what it was to be whatever that character trait was: joyful, cooperative, honest, loving. And so we did a lot of these things together throughout the book. You don't have to do it together, but our oldest loved to do that, and so we did that a lot. Then on day 4, they take that character trait and they have you draw what you've learned in this week's lesson so that the child can not from a picture that's already given, but the child can reiterate or re-narrate through picture what they've learned and give an example. Usually they'd have them draw a picture from an example in their life where they applied that particular character trait or where things went a certain way and what they learned through that. And then on the last day, in addition to their picture that they drew of what they've learned, they will have them do their own simple version of journaling. So what do you remember about our key truth? And then they'll have them write that there. What is the key truth? And then it always asks them a question to write or narrate to the teacher one way that you can apply whatever it was that week. So this week it was, we learned what worship is. So they would have them narrate just a few lines, very simple. What is worship to you? So I liked that it incorporated those journal pieces as well, because that was the beginning phases of our daughter learning the process of rewriting and retelling something that she's processing in her own heart and putting that to paper, which I think is a great skill and a great habit to form as we're ingraining a lot of these foundational truths and stepping stones in her development. So at the very end, it has a review of what they've learned for that week and a little capsule and a prayer that includes all the things that we've learned. In the back of the book, they have all of those key truths written out in perforated pages where you can cut up and just have them to review and then use throughout the lessons in a game format. And then they give you throughout each of the lessons different ways to review those key truths and ideas on how to bring those to life in your home. So that was fun, having some of those ideas and having these already pre-made for you. We keep these together so that we can review in those styles, and that was really, really fun for both my oldest, who was in the 1st grade, and our youngest, or not our youngest, our middle, who is 4. We enjoyed using this curriculum for both. There were times when both of them could engage together. When she got to the Copywork sections, obviously that was for her. But in terms of the games and applying the key truths, the memory verses, and the Bible passages, going over the hymns and the picture studies, that was beneficial for all of us in a group setting, and we really enjoyed that. Also in the back, they have a breakdown of all of the hymns that they introduced and the full song so that you could kind of take a deeper look into those if you wanted to. So we highly, highly recommend this Bible curriculum. It was not only engaging, fun to see with all of the pictures that they did and the picture studies, but we love the poetry, the hymns, the way that Rebecca has brought out in questions ways to have your child think through a lot of these things, and also what they chose to put in the curriculum in terms of the real meat and the body of what they're sharing from the word. I liked the pattern and the sequential way that it introduced these concepts of starting out with you are loved, who God is, who you are in God, and so forth. And the way that they keep the pattern in the book, as it introduced each concept, it also had them thinking through what are these things inside of them. And we really enjoyed that. So I hope that's been helpful. I hope that I've shown enough of how this curriculum works, but this is More Than Words Bible curriculum through Masterbooks. And if you're interested in any other curriculums, be sure to check out my channel page and subscribe and see some other curriculum reviews that we have on Masterbooks and Classical Conversations. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below in the comments. I think it's so important to share as parents. One of the best resources that we have is each other. And so be sure to leave a comment or any questions down below, and I'll see you next time.